Hello everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you didn't know, my name is Edras Dyanna, and please subscribe if you find these types of videos useful to you. And I'm very excited to be doing this video for you guys on this channel, because I know that some parents, need help in the classroom, and some parents are a little bit nervous to, just approach a teacher and talk to them about anything. And so I've been, I've been in the educational field for 20 years, and over 20 years already. And right now I'm the educational director at a preschool. So, I have like so much experience working with families, and I want to share some of that with you guys here in this channel. So hopefully you'll find some of these things useful. And yeah, so school has started for many of you already. So if it's a little bit tricky this year, or you're just looking to see on ways to improve, then this is the video for you. So number one, as a tip for the beginning of the year, for all of you parents that are out there, and I know you're doing the best you can, you're amazing, but some tips on the teacher end that maybe they might not share with you right away is to have consistent routines. And I'm sure some of you have heard of that before in the past, but maybe you guys are a little bit unclear of what that means for your child in the classroom. But it translates really seamlessly from home to school. So that might mean, so every day at 7 is bedtime, and they're sleeping by 7:30, and maybe you read one story before they go to sleep. And that's it. That's every day. So especially during school months, because that will help them know what's happening next and just get them used to the rhythm of what school is like. Another routine that would be really good is a good morning routine. So they wake up, they brush their teeth, they change, and then they go have breakfast with mom or dad, or maybe you grab a bagel and go on the train, or however it is that you guys do it. But making sure that it's always a consistent routine, so there's no surprises. Because some children are really nervous in the morning about going to school and seeing their teacher, or they're really shy, and you just want to make sure that they know what to expect, and what at least those routines are set in place, and that helps them feel more safe when they go to school. And then also another really important one, for your morning routine, if you have a really little one and it's their first time at school, it's maybe showing a picture of the teachers to them before they go, and reminding them, oh, today you're going to see Miss Miller at school. She's going to teach you something new. So exciting. I can't wait to hear what you learned about, and something like that. And then they'll remember who they're going to be with, and a little bit more. Then they have a picture in their mind of what to expect. And then also a goodbye routine. If your child is struggling with separation and they're having a hard time saying goodbye to you, just maybe create a goodbye routine that consists of, okay, I'm going to give you 3 hugs and a high five, and then after a high five I'm going to go to work, and you're going to go to school, and I'll see you after the goodbye song, or something like that. And then they'll know what to expect. It might be hard at first, but then they'll get used to it, and they'll expect it every day. And then those are just some routines that you guys can work on at home. But at home, and in the transitions and in these beginning months, that really helps them to feel safe and helps them to adjust better to their new classrooms. So tip number 2 for the parents is to relax and smile. Even though parents think that kids can't tell what they're thinking or feeling, it's so not true. They can always tell if you're nervous or anxious, or you're mad, or you're worried, or you're sad. So make sure that when you're dropping them off at school, that you're even try to pretend to be happy and smile and feel at ease, because then they're going to read that, oh my God, mommy's nervous, so school might not be that great. Maybe mommy looks scared, so maybe school is scary. Mommy looks mad, so maybe my teachers are mean. That's what they're getting out of it. So just try to make sure that you look happy. Oh my goodness, school is so much fun. That creates that kind of attitude and feeling from your child. And then also, if you're having a hard time separating is a big thing, especially for new kids in the new environment, or if they're younger, it's hard for them. They've never been to school before, they don't know these teachers, and you have to understand that separation is very different for each child. And if you guys are interested in having a special video that's a part, a different, more focused video on separation, I can definitely do that. Just leave that in the comments below, and I'll do that for you guys. But I'm just gonna skim through that. Separation is different for every child. Some kids might separate easily. Some kids might take a couple of days. Some kids take months. Some kids never really fully separate, and it's just who they are. They're a little bit more nervous. and it's okay. The teachers will help support you through that process for your child. And if it's been difficult, then there will be a plan in place for you guys. You can work together to get that to happen. And then also let the teachers know more about your child. That would be my number 3 tip. And that's only because who knows your child better than you? Only you would know what little quirks they have, what makes them feel happy if they're a little bit upset, what throws them off. And the teachers love to have that type of information, because that's going to help them to better teach your child and gear the lesson around what your child needs and likes and are happy with, because sometimes children are really quiet and they're not always the same way that they are at home as they are when they're in the classroom. So front load your child's experience by setting up a time to talk to the teacher. Maybe you'll email them, maybe you'll set up a time over the phone, or you catch them before or after school. But at some point it's great to have that face-to-face time and be able to talk to them and tell them a little bit more about your child. And also some other things is to let them know about your family. So he has 2 brothers, or he just had a baby brother, so he might be a little bit more tantrumy or whatever it is. Those changes, he was up all night because he couldn't sleep. Just having those special types of conversations before school starts or at the end of the day or whatever it is will really help the teacher to cater to your child and make sure that their day at school is an exciting, excellent day, and that they feel supported. And so also just tell the teachers what your child is like at home, because like I mentioned, they might be a completely different child. Maybe they're really talkative at home, but at school they're super shy. So maybe talking about the topics that the child likes talking about at home and maybe bringing them up to see if they'll come out of their shell a little bit. Those things are all very helpful. And also it really helps the child bond with the new teacher, because even if they've been in school for years, it might, the new teacher doesn't know them. So these things will all help the teacher get to know the child a lot better and quicker. And also the next tip I would love to share with you guys is just to become involved in the classroom. You don't know how excited teachers are when parents are volunteer for different activities, when they when they want to come read a book, or when they want to come do a project or cook with the students, or whatever it is that you guys that the teachers are asking for help in. Just being there for the classroom is just really great. And you will, if you become a class parent, that's always great, or become a liaison between parents and teachers. So if you want to set up an activity with the parents, then that would be amazing. Teachers love that. And also if there's an activity and they need decoration, just come in and volunteer your time. If you have a few minutes here and there, that would be amazing. And I know a lot of parents are working and other things like that, but taking 5 or 6 minutes in your day to really create some time to be in the classroom is always helpful. And also do different activities, because the kids love it when you come in. If you come read a story or share a special album or a picture with your child's class, that's always so happy and a great place for your child to feel even more comfortable at school, because they see you come there and be with them and share the experience with them. And so a few more tips I have over here, especially for the younger ones, is to label all your children's belongings. I mean, it's a little bit you tell parents to do that, and many parents are just they might forget. I know you guys are busy, but when that hat that grandma knitted him becomes it's missing or something, and you're devastated, and then you sent it home with a different child because it didn't have a name and they looked the same or whatever it was, it's a little bit frustrating for the teacher, because they don't know who's who, and then one kid says it's theirs, the other kid says it's theirs. But when you have the name on it, then there's really no doubt, and it just makes life easier when it's winter time, and when they have different active items, if they have a toy or something that they brought to school to share for show and tell, it's just so much easier for things to go back to the person they came with. If they have the names. So just even if it's on the things that you a pencil, their pencil case, whatever it is, their lunchbox, make sure that it has their names. It's just so much easier for the teachers, and they'll appreciate it so much. They'll make them so happy if everything is labeled. Something else that I would say as a bonus tip would be to put a fellow classmate's parents on your emergency contacts. And I know that's a little bit delicate, but just imagine if you're like stuck in traffic one day, or you forgot that there was a trip, or something happened where you couldn't pick up your child at the end of the day, and the parent teachers are waiting. It's been 10, 20, 15 minutes, and the child is getting upset. They feel so bad when they're the last ones to get picked up. Like, it's just like being on their side, and especially when they're young. I mean, it doesn't really matter what age. They feel really upset when they're the last person in the classroom and they haven't gotten picked up yet. So one rule of thumb is just to have another classmate's parent on your list of authorized pickups, because that way, you know, like if something happened, you know, like that you couldn't make it on time, they can be dismissed to this person, and then you just get in touch with that person, and your child thinks that they're going on a play date, or they might wait for you outside of the classroom or whatever it is, but they're not going to feel alone, and it's just a lot easier for you if anything should come up. So that's just a really great tip to use, and parents really appreciate it. They hadn't thought about it, and then when like things happened, there was a lot of snow, or the train got stuck, or whatever it was, their child felt happy because they were, you know, going to spend a few minutes with their friend, maybe downstairs in the Starbucks or whatever it is, until you got there. So that's a great tip to use. So I hope that these tips help you for this school year, and if it did help you, please leave that down in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you can get notifications every time I upload a new content over here. And it's not only going to be these kinds of tips, but there might be songs and different activities that you guys can do at home. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this as well. Those are coming on the way. So if you have any other tips that have been helpful for you as a parent with teachers during your school year, leave those down in the comments, because those will help everyone who looks at this content and at the channel. So without any further ado, I want to leave you guys with a wave goodbye and see you in the next one.